Tiffany, and today is a very exciting day because I'm going to show you how I make the Thanksgiving turkey. I have been making the turkey at Thanksgiving for probably 5 or 6 years, either for my family or my in-laws family, whoever we're going to be with that year. And it's such a fun thing to do, and really I know a lot of people are intimidated by the turkey. They dread sort of having to make it. A lot of people don't even eat the turkey at Thanksgiving because it's dry. That's what my husband used to say. He would always say, oh, I don't even like the turkey on Thanksgiving because it's just dry. But not when you make it this way. One of the most important parts to making a turkey is brining it. And so I'm going to show you that first, and then tomorrow I'm going to come back on and show you how to actually bake it. Well, it'll be tomorrow for you. It's all going to be in the same video. You know what I mean. Today I'm actually just making a bone-in turkey breast, and I have actually made this a turkey breast. I've brought it whenever we don't have as many people and I don't need a big turkey. This is a great thing to make. It's very flavorful. It's just easier to manage than a whole turkey, but if you're making a whole turkey, you can still use the recipe that I'm going to give you. You're just going to want to double it according to the size. This is a 7-pound turkey breast, so if you've got a 14 to 16 pound whole turkey, just double the recipe and you'll be good to go. So don't let the turkey breast throw you off. This is just for cost purposes and for video purposes. I'm doing a turkey breast. The first thing, like I said, is the brine. The most important part to me for a very moist turkey. There's all kinds of scientific reasons why it makes the turkey more moist. I really don't understand the science. I just know that it tastes better when you do this, and I've brined it every year, and I'm telling you, almost every year I make the turkey, people say, oh my gosh, this is the most moist turkey I've ever had, and it's because it's been brined. So this is my brine recipe. I've got 8 cups of water in this big pot, and then I've got a cup of apple cider going right in. Now, a brine is basically a marinade. So, if you marinate chicken breast, it gets very tender. So it's the same concept here. So don't let the word brine throw you off. All right, 1/2 cup of salt. And you can use kosher salt. That's pretty much what you normally would want to use. I think this is sea salt. All right, so 3/4 cup of one of my favorite ingredients, brown sugar. Put that right in there. There we go. Nice molasses flavor. This brine is really going to have a lot of flavor in it. It's going to give the turkey a lot of flavor. Now for the herbs, you can use whatever herbs you have. I found this little, it's like a, poultry herb blend at the grocery store, and this is very convenient because it's got sage, thyme, and rosemary, which you're definitely going to use in your Thanksgiving dinner in different dishes. So this is very easy, but you can use rosemary, thyme, sage, whatever you like. I'm going to do about a tablespoon of the rosemary. Just take some of it off, doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm just going to put several sprigs of thyme in here. You don't have to chop it up because, like I said, this is just a marinade. Okay, so that is going to give it some good flavor. And now I'm going to put in some allspice berries. You can find these in any grocery store right in the spice section. And I don't use these a whole lot in my cooking during the year, but it's always nice. Once you buy them, you've got them for several years. Now for our black peppercorns. I'm going to add a little spice in here. All right. I'm going to put in 2 bay leaves. Also going to add some great flavor. Going in. And see, this is really easy. You're just adding ingredients to a big pot, bringing it to a boil, and that's it. So what I'm going to do now is just bring this to a boil, like I said, and stir it around a little bit. What I want is for that sugar and the salt to completely dissolve. Once that happens, I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'll just let it cool to room temperature. Okay, our brine has come to a boil, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. I can smell all those great flavors, and let this cool down to room temperature. Alright y'all, so once your brine has cooled, and actually once it cools down a little bit from after it's been boiling, you can put it in the refrigerator and speed up the process, but go do something else, wait till later, it'll cool down, and then you can put the turkey in the brine. So I've got my brine here, and I want to show you this turkey breast, okay? This is what it looks like. See, this part is just the regular turkey breast, just like you would see in a whole turkey. And they have actually cut out everything. So they just left the breast, but I still have the bones in here, which is gonna really give it a lot of flavor. I like to continue to use the bone-in turkey breast. Okay, so get a big bowl, or if you've got a like a bucket, if you're doing a whole bigger turkey and you have a bucket and it's going to be 40 degrees or less outside, you can actually just put the whole thing outside if it's going to be really cool. If not, you can put it in a cooler, put some ice in there. You know, you're just going to have to get something that's big enough to hold the turkey and the brine. That is probably the hardest part of brining a turkey. Okay, now I'm just going to pour my brine right over my turkey here. All right. Make sure you get all the herbs and spices. Don't want to miss anything. And what I'm going to do, because see, it's not totally covering it, I'm probably going to rotate it at least a couple times throughout the brining time. And I'm going to brine this for actually 24 hours. I really want to get it as moist as possible and as much flavor in here as possible. So I'm brining it for 24 hours. If you can only do it maybe the night before and you're cooking the turkey in the morning, that's fine too. But you want to brine it for at least 12 hours, I would say. All right, I'm gonna brine this, put it in the refrigerator, and then I'll be back and we'll cook the turkey. Okay, y'all, my turkey has brined overnight. It's probably been in this brine for about 24 hours now. So it's gonna have so much flavor. I cannot wait to show you what it looks like when it gets baked up. But what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and drain out the brining liquid, and then I'm just gonna rinse the turkey off. And then I'll just begin patting it dry. Okay, I've got it rinsed off. Now I'm just gonna take my turkey, put it in my roasting pan here. I have a disposable roasting pan, don't judge me. You don't really think about turkey roasting pans when you get married at 22, so I always buy the disposable ones, but one day I will invest in a good turkey roasting pan. Okay, but for now this is gonna work. I am going to go ahead and start just patting this dry. It's very important to do this because you want to get that nice golden skin on your turkey. And so you just pat this dry, and like I said, I just rinsed it off with cold water. Just get all that extra salty brine off of it. Okay, looking good. Now what I'm gonna do is get my rub ready, okay? I'm gonna put in here about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Just extra virgin olive oil. Then to this, I'm gonna add some garlic. I'm adding about 3 cloves of garlic and some rosemary, sage, and thyme. I've got 2 tablespoons of rosemary, sage, and thyme. If you just wanted to use rosemary or just thyme, you could do that, but really I think the combination of all of them is the best for the turkey. And then the last thing I'm gonna add into my rub is some lemon zest. Okay, so got my lemon zest in. I'm just stirring that up. Lots of flavor in this bowl right here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is bring my turkey back up to the front, and I'm just gonna start rubbing this seasoning, this blend, all over the turkey. So I'm gonna get it all over the outside of the turkey, and I'm even gonna get it under the skin a little bit. And this is just gonna make this so flavorful. It's gonna have a nice golden color to it from that oil. Yum. It's all rubbed in here, all over the turkey. So now that I have all those seasonings all over my turkey, I'm going to just put the lemon that I zested. I'm just gonna take it, and if you're using a whole turkey, you'll just put it in the cavity. But I'm just gonna put this underneath, just so to give that turkey even more flavor. And I'm also putting in 1 onion that I've quartered. So I've also put in some rosemary and some sage, just a stem or 2. I'm just putting it right underneath the turkey with the onion and the lemon. And now here I just got 1 cup of chicken stock, or you could use wine. Just pouring it right around into the pan just to keep everything moist. Smells like Thanksgiving in here. One thing that I forgot to mention about baking the turkey. When you first put it in the oven, you want to have it uncovered, and actually you want to have the oven on 500 degrees. And you want to cook it for 15 minutes uncovered on 500 degrees. And what that's going to do is brown the top really nicely. I'll show you what it looks like. And see how nicely golden brown that is. And you really want that in a turkey. And because we brined it, it would have a little bit of a hard time getting that brown if we didn't do a high temperature in the beginning. So 15 minutes on 500, turn it down to 325, loosely cover it with the tin foil, and then continue for 2 hours to 2.5 hours, just once your thermometer comes up to about 160 to 165. What I'm going to do now is get this out of my roasting pan, because one very important thing about turkey, another way to keep it really moist, is not to cut it immediately. You don't want to pull it right out of the oven and start cutting it up, because all those good juices will just run out. So you want to let it rest for at least 10 minutes. I'm just going to put it on my platter, cover it with tin foil, let it rest, and then I'll cut it up, and hey, we're ready to make turkey. Again, don't forget to check out my how to make gravy video. I'm going to use these delicious pan droppings. And subscribe to my YouTube channel for way more holiday recipes. And also check out my website, aprilmcking.com, for all kinds of good stuff. All right, thanks y'all.